In Nepal's Himalayan mountains, a rare and dangerous treasure is harvested. Called mad honey, it's made by the world's largest honeybee, which can sting through beekeepers' suits. Prized for its hallucinogenic effects, this psychoactive honey is valued for its rarity and risky collection. So, what makes this honey special and how is it gathered? For centuries, Nepal's Gurung people have harvested mad honey, scaling 90-meter cliffs with handmade bamboo ladders. Before climbing, the harvesters, mostly men, offer prayers for protection to mountain gods and the bees. The team then prepares for collection by assembling bamboo ladders, often reaching 30 meters in length. The bees that make this rare honey build hives on steep cliff faces, often in Nepal's most remote areas, especially in Annapurna and Manaslu regions. Using only bamboo ladders and ropes, harvesters scale these massive cliffs, climbing up or down, sometimes dangling for hours to reach the hives. The lead harvester, or Kujo, usually guides the climb, while others above or below manage the ropes and ladders. With minimal protection, often just a cloth wrapped around their heads and hands, harvesters face thousands of aggressive bees. These giant bees, with wingspans over 2.5 centimeters, can deliver painful stings. Some harvesters report being stung 500 to 1,000 times in a single collection. To disperse the bees, harvesters use smoke from burning green leaves or cow dung. These hunters don't want to harm the bees. It's just part of their work in this remote area. So they ask the bees for forgiveness before taking their honey. Honeycombs are carefully removed with a long bamboo pole called tango and collected in a basket lowered to the team below. To keep the hive intact, the hunter makes 2 holes to secure it, all using the tango before cutting. These combs can weigh up to 132 pounds each. Harvesters balance precariously for hours, one hand on the ladder, the other on the pole. Falls are common in bad weather, and many have died over the years, plummeting from great heights. Once the honeycombs are knocked off the cliffs, they're immediately extracted. At the mountain's base, men break the hive, squeeze out honey, filter it through cloth or bamboo, and store it in jars. Mad honey's psychoactive effects come from granotoxins found in rhododendron nectar. The honey is dark red with a slightly bitter taste due to these toxins. Just 1 or 2 teaspoons can cause dizziness, euphoria, and hallucinations. Larger doses may lead to vomiting, low blood pressure, and temporary paralysis. Despite risks, mad honey is prized in Japan and South Korea, costing up to $200 per pound. It has a unique floral and earthy flavor, unlike common sweet honey. Nepal collectors harvest 160 gallons per season, depending on bee health and blooming. For the Gurung people, mad honey harvesting is more than just an economic activity. It's a deep-rooted cultural practice connecting them to their land and ancestors. Twice a year in spring and fall, it's a community event. Villagers unite to support this risky venture. Mad honey has uses beyond cooking. The honey is shared communally and used in traditional medicine. For centuries, shamans used mad honey to treat various ailments, but in controlled doses due to its strength. Did you know 35% of global food relies on pollinators like bees? Yet their numbers are rapidly declining. As commercial beekeeping grows, traditional methods like log hives quietly persist. Our journey starts in Ethiopia, home to one of the world's oldest beekeeping cultures. With over 10 million traditional beekeepers, Ethiopia produces about 45,000 tons of honey yearly, making it Africa's top honey producer. Here, more than 90% of honey comes from hives made of hollow tree trunks. These hives often hang in tall acacia trees, where beekeepers climb up to 10 meters to tend and harvest them. This age-old practice remains crucial in rural areas, providing up to 50% of household income. But bees can be kept in various ways, like groups of trunks over 1 meter high on the ground, as seen here. They're often handmade using water, cow dung, clay, ash, and straw. In Ethiopia, honey is typically harvested twice a year, late spring and early autumn. For high hives, beekeepers scale trees using ropes or hand-carved ladders. Harvesting usually happens at dusk when bees are less active. Beekeepers calm bees with smoke from cow dung or dry leaves, then carefully open the hive to access honeycombs. Each Taurus hive can produce 11 to 33 pounds of honey, depending on hive size and season. Ethiopian honey is prized for its quality, often made from acacia nectar and various wildflowers. After harvest, honey processing is minimal in traditional beekeeping to preserve its natural raw qualities. In Ethiopia, most honey is sold unprocessed in local markets. It's quite valuable. Ethiopian beekeepers can sell 3 gallons of honey for $100, enough to live on for 2-3 months. Ethiopia exports about 5,000 tons of honey annually, mainly to Europe and the Middle East. But domestic demand is also significant due to honey's use in producing TJ, a traditional honey wine. However, traditional harvesting isn't just about honey. Beekeepers also collect beeswax, an essential product used in making candles, cosmetics, and even medicines in local communities. Worldwide, in Poland, the practice of tree beekeeping dates back to the Middle Ages. In this method, beekeepers carve hives directly into living trees, usually tall pines and oaks. Today, this practice is mostly confined to the Balowica forest, one of Europe's last primeval forests, where it was revived by conservationists. Did you know a single jar of premium Manuka honey can sell for over $500 and is valued at more than $1.2 billion globally? What sets Manuka honey apart are its high levels of methylglyoxal, MgO, a compound with strong antibacterial properties. Beekeepers typically set up hives in remote wild regions of New Zealand's East Cape, where the Manuka bush thrives, requiring beekeepers to travel. Works over long distances. Honey is harvested in summer when Manuka flowers bloom, giving bees plenty of nectar. Once hives are full, combs are removed and honey is extracted using bee-friendly methods. After extraction, honey is filtered and stored in tanks to maintain quality and potency. Manuka honey is then lab tested to determine its MGO content and health benefits. Once verified, it's carefully packed into sterile, sealed jars to preserve freshness. Each jar gets a unique ID, tracing it back to its harvest region, ensuring authenticity. "25 days. That's the lifespan of a meat pigeon. From egg to adult, their brief journey is rich and remarkable. We'll now see how farmers raise and process millions of pigeons. Today, there are over 500 wild pigeon species and 175 plus domestic breeds. Pigeons inhabit continents worldwide, from tropical to temperate zones. People harness pigeons' intelligence, making them a valuable resource. Breeders develop pigeons for various uses, mainly sport and meat production. Popular meat breeds include White King, Red Carnot, French Mundane, and Giants. Pigeon meat, especially from young birds, is eaten globally for its nutrients. Young pigeons are harvested just before leaving the nest, typically at 25 to 30 days old. Each baby pigeon weighs about 500 grams. Dishes made with pigeon meat are quite common. But have you ever wondered how millions of pigeons are raised? 10 pairs of pigeons can produce 8 babies monthly. Providing a second nest for each pair can increase production. After hatching, the female lays 2 more eggs in the second nest. Meanwhile, the male cares for the 2 chicks in the first nest. If you're impatient, we have another option: artificial incubation. Farmers select high-quality breeds for healthy future pigeons. Clean, intact, uniform eggs ensure smooth incubation. This also minimizes egg damage during the incubation process. After selecting suitable eggs, farmers must maintain a stable temperature and closely monitor the incubation environment. 2 to 3 weeks post-hatching, pigeons start becoming independent and exploring their surroundings. At 4 to 5 weeks, they're fully grown into strong adult pigeons, ready to enter the habitat and breed. Pigeon cages are designed to ensure optimal living conditions, boosting productivity and product quality. Free-range pigeons develop tougher meat and stronger bones. However, farmers struggle to manage the size and health of free-range pigeon flocks. In China, farmers often raise pigeons in cages combined with some grazing. The cages are cramped, but serve the purpose of raising pigeons for meat production. The main food for pigeons is pelleted feed. Farmers often supplement their diet with grains to increase productivity. Farmers regularly check pigeon health and implement disease prevention measures to maintain a thriving flock. This pigeon farming has a 4-day cycle for selling batches, balancing and optimizing production. When pigeons reach the right age, they're separated from parents and prepared for sale. For each sale of about 3,000 birds, farmers carefully select them, ensuring top quality and meeting market demands. Processing pigeons is similar to processing other poultry, like chickens and ducks, which are hung on modern lines for blood collection, feather removal, and carcass cleaning. As pigeons are small, they are often packaged and sold as whole birds. The farm setup depends on the purpose of pigeon breeding. Farmers raising pigeons for sport need more space. Pigeons can start training about 6 weeks after growing feathers. They take their first flights and then return to the farm. Pigeon racing is more popular than eating pigeon meat in many countries. Pigeons, with their hunting skills, have been human companions for centuries. This farm shows good cooperation between humans and pigeons. Farmers train pigeons to fly long distances and return quickly. Training requires skill and proper care of the pigeons. For Florida farmers, this is an exciting and challenging job. Moreover, it's a lucrative business. Exotic pigeons prized for unique colors and patterns add aesthetic value to this hobby. Breeders focus on training pigeons to fly long distances and return home, showcasing their remarkable homing instincts. Additionally, pigeons can perform artistic flights. This is night flight in the Brooklyn sky, New York. Pigeons with LED lights on their legs resemble moving constellations, offering a unique spectacle. Once again, handlers and pigeons demonstrate their coordination skills. Above all is the ancient, magical bond between humans and birds in the sky. Pigeon clubs organize flight competitions for these birds. It quickly grew into a popular sport, bringing people together. Racers release trained pigeons to see which one gets home fastest over distances from 100 to 300 miles. What happens in pigeon racing? Before the race, each pigeon gets a number on its leg. The other leg has a radio frequency ID tag. A matching electronic clock in the loft records all relevant info automatically. You're watching a $1 million pigeon race. So how do pigeons find their lofts so accurately? All animals, birds included, have an innate magnetic positioning sense. They navigate using Earth's magnetic field. Homing pigeons can find their lofts from extremely long distances. This April, a pigeon named Red Rocket raced in Florida. After 9 days, Red Rocket reached home, flying 1,741 kilometers at 251 meters per minute. It was declared the winner. The thrill of waiting and excitement as pigeons fly to finish is the game's appeal. Some enthusiasts pay big money for this sport.